Okay. So, any questions on what we discussed yesterday on configuring a backup? So, yesterday we saw doing DR backup. We saw how to create a storage pool. We saw how to create a storage policy. We saw how to configure a backup for a new machine. There, in our case, the machine was the ComServe itself. We also saw how to add a new disk library. We saw the effect of deduplication when taking a backup. We saw how to do a full backup. We saw how to do an incremental backup for file systems. Okay. So today, what we are going to attempt is uh, we are going to add a new machine into the COMSOL environment and configure backup for it. We will be using the same storage policy and the same storage pool and disk library. Okay. So everything else will remain the same. Only thing is it will be a new machine that we will be configuring the backup. So right now, what Bhanu Teja is doing is he is installing or creating a new VM using VMware Workstation on his laptop. The VM is almost created. He is installing Windows on it as we speak. And once that is done, hostname and IP address is created, we will just check for basic connectivity of this machine from the other machine. And once we see that it is getting connected over the common network, we will do the installation of the client agent and configure the backup for it. You could have installed a Linux machine. It would have given a different flavor. That we'll do in the next class. Okay. While this is happening, Manu, if you can go to the ComServe VM, start the Commvault console, we'll just see if the DR backup has run again or not. It is supposed to run automatically, right? To protect the master server itself. This is the Commvault master server machine. We will start the Commvault console, the Java console, as it's traditionally called. Right. So can anyone guide Bhanu on how to check if the ComServe DR backup has run successfully again or not? Anyone? Come on, try.
We can check for, if I remember correctly, on the name, we can do left click, go to jobs, and then check on the jobs to see when how many jobs have been run. If a backup
But
job has run, I think there should be one more entry for incremental
but
backup.
that's correct. But that is for all kinds of jobs. I was very specifically asking for the ComServe DR backup.
Okay.
Hmm. So first, how do we find that ComServe DR backup? Where should we go to? Where should we navigate
Client
to first?
client computers.
Client computers will show all the machines in the ComCell environment. So just expand client computers, Bhanu, on the left-hand side, ComCell browser. Yes. So here you'll see all the list of machines, right? But very specifically, we are talking about ComServe DR backup, which is the automatic backup that is configured and scheduled to protect the ComServe itself, right?
Yeah.
So in Commvault, any backup will run if a policy is created for it. So that's a hint. If a
Then can we
pol-
go to policies and check if there's a
yeah,
policy there?
yes, correct, correct. So Manu, go to policies, go to storage policies. In that storage policy, you see that ComServe DR storage policy automatically created, right?
Yes.
Now you right click on that or expand it and see the backup jobs that have been, yeah, view, not view, sorry. Uh, Go to, yeah, expand that, go to primary. Yeah, under primary, go to jobs. Yes. And we see, no, not yet. Okay, yesterday itself we ran two jobs, only those were there, right? The next
Yes.
job didn't, automatic job didn't run. What could be the issue? Why ComServe DR backup has not run again yet?
Is there like a interval at which it is gonna run every time? May not have hit that particular interval.
Yes, what is that interval? What is the default interval for the ComServe DR backup?
Um,
Once every 24 hours.
okay.
Okay, once every
Yes.
24 hours is the default interval or the default schedule. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
Bhanu, can you show us uh, whether it is going to run, when it is going to run next, or whether it has been associated to any schedule or not? No, no, no. Either go to control panel DR backup or right click on the ComCell name. Yeah, in maintenance, under maintenance, you have DR backup. Yeah, click on that. So Okay, here we cannot mention the schedule. Okay, cancel this. Right click on the Comcell name on the Comcell browser. Yeah, disaster recovery backup. Yeah, go to advanced. Go to advanced. Here is the default priority. Uh, okay, sorry, cancel and their job initiation was there. Sorry. In the next tab, job initiation. Yes. So here is where you can schedule it. You see, there is an option to schedule it. Okay. So Bhanu, click on schedule. Yes. And click on configure. Correct. Yes. So daily, what time? First give the schedule a name. CV underscore DR underscore DR backup BKP DR BKP underscore schedule. You can give any name underscore. Better to give the schedule prefix, sorry, suffix called schedule or something like that. Hmm. Set it for 10 p.m. Right. And every day. Okay. And you can click on OK and OK here as well. Right. So from now on, every day at 10 p.m., the DR backup will automatically run. So during the course of our class, in another 12 minutes, we will come back to the job controller and we will see that the DR backup has automatically run. Okay. Now let's go back to the other VM. Let us see if that VM is created. Installation of VMware tools. Yes. Install. Yeah. Great. Just check the hostname and IP address for this while this is getting installed. Change the time zone, please. Yeah, click on OK. Okay, what's the IP address? This is DHCP IP address, is it? Can you change it to static? Okay, 1.12. Okay, fair enough. So from here, can you ping the COMSERV? Great. Now, just pinging is not enough. Okay, for Commvault to work, Commvault agents and the Commvault processes communicate with each other on specific TCP ports. Okay, so those TCP ports are 8400 till 8403. Okay, so by default, four TCP ports: 8400, 8401, 8402, and 8403. Then, apart from these ports, if there are any other specific configurations that we do, then those configurations require additional ports, TCP ports to be opened between the master server, the media agent, and the client machine. Okay. So as and when we learn new configurations, we will learn about them. Okay. So firstly, how will you manually check whether a particular TCP port is open or not between two machines? Anyone? Atharv? Atharv, are you there on the call? I don't think so. Has Atharv joined? No.
No, sir.
Atharv hasn't been joining this call, is it? Or has he been?
No, he was there, sir.
No, sir, actually, he's having network issue. He told me he will
Okay,
be
okay.
joining, sir.
No issues. So, Nilesh,
Mhm.
since you unmuted, how to check whether communication is happening from one IP address to another on a specific TCP port? How will you check?
Sir, ping can be used, sir.
Ping. What is the syntax of the command?
Ping, sir, ping and the uh, ping and the www.
No, 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 no. Anybody else? Kavya?
Shall
No, no, wait, Praveen. Let the kids learn. Kavya? Telnet. Yes, Shanil, correct. So you do telnet space the destination IP address space the port number, and if it is responding or listening on that particular port, it will give a different output. If it is not, then it will say not responding. Space port number 8400. Hmm. Press enter. Oh, telnet is not installed. Hmm. Right. Try the command again. Yes. If it is listening, the response will be like this. Okay. Control C to come out. Right. Now check for the other ports also. 8400, 8401. Hmm. Control C. Yeah, it's listening. You can come out of telnet. Control C is not working, try Control Z or Control Q. Then 8402. No, 8402 connection is failed. Okay. How about 8403? Yes, it's listening. Great. Control C. Now we go to the ComServe machine and we'll try to do a remote installation. Yeah, you need to restart. Yeah, while this is restarting, we'll go to the ComServe machine and we'll attempt a remote installation from the ComServe to a machine on the network to be added into the ComCell environment to configure backups. Okay. So how to do it? Under client computers, you can right click there on the left hand side, client computers, and you can say new client. The moment you say new client, it is going to ask what kind of a client. As we were seeing while doing the package installations, and during our initial classes itself, that Commvault supports backup and data protection and cyber recovery of various kinds of machines in the data center, right? And you can see them as segments here. So you see, if you want to take a file system level backup, what and all kinds of machines you can add to the ComCell environment. Then if you want hypervisors or virtual machine backups, you can see cloud backups are possible, OpenStack, RHVM, VMware, Nutanix, okay, Hyper-V, all of them are possible. Then cloud apps or SaaS platforms, SFDC, OneDrive, okay, SQL services, managed service on AWS or Azure, Google Drive, okay, Gmail. Then cloud storages, S3, Azure Blob, Data Lake, Azure Files, Google Cloud. Then applications or databases, DB2, Oracle, SAP, Exchange, okay, SharePoint, MS SQL, all these are possible. Even MySQL, MongoDB, all those are also possible. Postgre is also supported. Okay. Then clusters, if you have Windows or Unix OS level clusters, those are also supported. See, MongoDB is supported, as I said. Cassandra is supported. Okay. And mm, any other, custom OS or custom will also be supported, but we need some, configuration changes. Okay. So for now, what kind of a machine we want to backup? Just a normal Windows machine, right? So in the first segment, you see Windows at the last, right? Next to the Unix penguin icon. Yeah. So just click on Windows. Then it will ask what is the client name and what is the host name. So generally we keep it the same so that it's easy for identification. So either you can copy paste the host name into the client name and vice versa. So Manu, can you just copy the client name or the host name? Mm, host name.
Sir, it will not communicate using hostname, sir. We don't have the this one, DNS rights.
Oh, we
DD.
don't have DNS, right? Okay, okay, okay,
DD.
okay. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, yeah. Click on next. So, okay, one question. Wait. If DNS is not there, what is the way to still communicate using hostname? Siddharth, Rakshit,
Or with
Kavya.
IP,
Sorry?
correct? With IP, we can communicate.
Oh no, I don't want to use IP, no. That's what.
Okay, okay.
So, what should you do at the operating system level so that I still want to use the host name only? Saptarshi? Yeah, Siddharth, tell me. Siddharth, Rakshit.
Don't know, sir.
There will be a file in C
Yes, sir.
colon.
Host file entries. Yes.
Yes, there will be a file called hosts. Okay. You have to just make an entry in the host file mapping the server name to the IP address. Okay. Same is applicable in Unix also. In Unix, it will be in the path slash etc, and in Windows, it will be in slash system32. Okay. So whenever you do that, you can continue to use the host name even if DNS server is not configured. Yes, Praveen, you were saying something?
Yeah, system 32 drivers.
Yes, correct. Okay, so for now we'll use the IP address. Next time we will use the host name without the DNS. Okay, click on finish. All right, so we have successfully added a client. Okay, but can we start taking backup? No, we can't. Why? We see that it is grayed out. Why is it grayed out? Because we have not yet installed agent inside it, right? We have only told the Commvault master server that we are just identified which machine we want to backup. But in order to actually take a backup, we have to install the agent, Commvault agent inside that machine. So this agent installation can be done in two ways. Either you can push the agent from the master server itself, or you can install the agent separately in a decoupled mode on that particular machine and have it communicate with the master server here. Okay. So first we will see how to push from here, and then in another class we will see how to do it in a decoupled mode. Okay. So Bhanu, can you start the remote installation of a client agent? So the way to do it is all tasks, add or remove software and say install software on it. Correct. Next in this wizard, you have to give the user credentials. Better to give admin. If you are there in a corporate network and if Active Directory is there, you can give the domain slash username also. In this case, we'll just say the administrator. Okay. Now select the package. So we are trying to do a file system backup for Windows. So under Microsoft Windows, you see those two options, file system core and file system. Select both of them. And I would also suggest, Banu, click on that VSS also. We will use that later. Yeah. And click on next. And if this is a laptop backup, you can check that configure laptop backup, and you can assign a storage policy from here itself. So, but we'll probably do that later. And then click on next. There are some additional options. Disable Windows firewall if the firewall is enabled. And then if reboot is required, it will automatically reboot. Okay. If you want a restore only agent to be installed, you can do that. If there is a client or a hostname conflict, still you want the installation to be successful, you can check the last box. Okay. So for now, we'll just check the last box and we'll go ahead. Select the first option also, Bhanu, disable Windows firewall, so that we don't have any issues with the installation. Yeah. Click on next. And since we have given, that's okay. Click on OK. You can choose the path or folder, otherwise it will automatically get installed in C:\program files. And if you remember, we were talking about the ports. You see there the port CVD is the daemon, Commvault daemon, and it will communicate on port number 8400. Okay, that's the default. Better not to change it. Only in extreme scenarios we change it. Otherwise, we'll keep it at the default. Okay. Then click on next. If there is a firewall that blocks communication between these two machines, you can select that and make some changes here. But for now, we don't have to worry about this. It's on the same network. So we'll click on next. And whether you want to do it right away or whether you want to schedule this installation at a later point in time, we can do that also. So for now, we'll run it immediately and click on next. And click. This is the summary page of all our selections. And we click on finish. Great. Now how to see the status? Go to job controller and just do a refresh. We see that install software job is running. Double click on that job and you can see the status. Check the client status there. Yeah, you can see more detail about this. It shouldn't take so long. Go to view events. It failed to install. Failed to access remote registry. Are you sure the password is correct? Go to view events. View events.
Yes, sir. Password is correct.
Then why is it failing? You have to disable the firewall and real-time protection. Okay. Now try it again. Double click. Yes. See, now it's working. So one question now. From where is it copying the software to the remote machine? Anyone? If you remember in one of our earlier classes, we had spoken about software cache, right? So the moment we installed all packages on the master server, the client agent package also is there in the cache of the master server. Okay. And that cache got updated accordingly. And it is copying the software from that cache into the remote machine where we chose to do the installation. Okay. So while this installation is going on, Anu, can you show the software cache configuration? Yes. So you go to tools under add and remove software. You will see the software cache configuration. If you click on cache details, you can see there Windows OS for 64-bit version 11.32.128 is available there. Okay, so this is from where it has taken the software to copy it onto the remote machine and do the installation there. Okay. Can cancel this. Cancel. Yeah. We go back to the double click on that. You can click on view events to see further details. So you generally, when you're doing this, you read it from bottom to top. Okay. You see the earliest time step at the bottom where the install software job started. Then we received a failure message. Then we resumed it. And then it restarted the install software job. When you click on refresh here at the bottom, it will, any new event, it will publish it here. See, all packages were successfully installed. Close. Yes, installation successful. Now close it. Close this. Yeah. There are no errors at this point in time. Yes, completed. Great. Now, though it is completed, the software installation, you will still see that in the left-hand side under client computers, it is still grayed out. Okay, which means we still cannot start backup for it. Okay. So what do we need to do to start taking backup of this particular machine? Manu, what do we need to do? That's it. We just go to view and say refresh. Okay, we get it. Now it is ready to be backed up. But what is going to be backed up and where and when and how long is that backup going to be kept in the system? Now, all these things have to be mentioned, right? So, how did we do that for the master server machine yesterday? We went into the subclient. Similarly, for this machine also, we go to the subclient. So expand the new machine under the client computers. We go under file system. So since we had installed only the file system package, we see only the file system option under this. Expand that. We get the default backup set. And once you select the default backup set on the right hand side, you will see the subclient, which is default. Okay. So you right click on the subclient called default. And if you see here, it's not currently associated with any storage policy. Okay. And hence, even if you want to take a backup of it, the backup will not run because it doesn't know where to back it up and how long to keep that backup. Okay. So what you have to do is after you add a machine into the system, you have to associate it with the existing storage policy or you have to create a new storage policy for it. So for now, we will associate it with an existing storage policy. So go to properties. Yes, Saptarshi.
Also, just one question for subclines. What is the depth that we can go for?
Any depth.
Okay, so there's no
So
limitation, right?
no, and there is no limit on the number of subclients also that you can create. So for
Okay.
example, in any machine, let us say you have 15 drive letters.
Mhm.
For each drive letter, you want a separate subclient to be created and associated with a separate storage policy. You can go ahead and do that, no problem.
Okay.
And even under, let us say, C drive itself, let us say only one drive letter is there, C drive. Under that
Mhm.
C drive, let us say you have 100 subfolders. For each
Mhm.
subfolder, you want a separate backup policy. You can do that,
Mhm.
no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you can have a separate policy for file level backup. You can have a separate policy for system state backup. So like that, various permutations and combinations are possible. So you can slice the machine the way you want or the way the customer wants.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank
So
you.
yeah. Yeah, welcome. So yesterday we selected C colon Windows, right? Similarly, when we go to content here, we can select that, or this time we will take the full machine. Okay. And here we see that backup system state is also there selected. Okay. So we will leave at this. Only thing now we will do is we will associate it with a storage policy. Okay. So go to storage device. Yeah. Under that, select the existing storage policy that we had created yesterday. Yes. Backup path, storage policy. Great. Under data transfer option, yeah, select so this time select software compression on the client itself. On the client. Yes. And deduplication should be enabled. Great. Okay. Now we can just click on OK. See, now the storage policy has been associated with this subclient. Okay. Now you can right click on it and say backup. Yeah. You can just click on OK. Even though you choose incremental, since it's the first time you're taking the backup, it will anyway convert this into a full backup. Okay. That's it. Click on job controller and you can see the backup running. And this will go through those same phases. It will scan, then it will start multiple streams of backups. Each stream will pick up certain GBs of data and it will start writing to this machine's backup destination. Okay, that E colon slash disk library, whatever is the backup destination we had chosen, it will start writing to that. Now, while this is happening, just a little while back at 9:48 p.m. India time, we had configured a schedule for our Comserve DR backup. Let's just check if that backup actually ran. So go to Comserve DR under storage policy. Then under Comserve DR storage policy, you'll see primary copy. Right click on primary copy, go to view and jobs. Yes, it ran. So this is how schedules work. And this time see the username is not admin because we did not run it manually. The schedule kicked in and it ran automatically. Okay. Now let's go back to job controller. Double click on that job. We see the details. We even see what is the current path it is backing up. And we also see the throughput. We see certain performance parameters. Okay, like what is the load while reading, what is the load on the network, how much amount of deduplication are we actually getting, approximately 60%. Okay, when we go to streams, we can see 4 streams running or ran, 3 have completed, 1 is still running. Okay, but this particular stream doesn't seem to be picking up any data. Let's just wait for some time and see if there is any error or It should complete successfully. Nothing is wrong. Go to events, go to attempts. It's still scanning, or scanning is completed. Yeah. Go to events. Mhm. This configuration, there's a known issue. Hmm. MXNet 3 adapter. But the other, it it's proceeding now. Close this. Go to streams. The amount of data was large, 9.27 GB. That's why it took a little bit of time. But I think it's almost done now. And we had chosen compression on the client, right? So it was compressing that 9.27 GB of data. That's why it took some time.
Okay.
So that's why every option is going to have an impact. And you need to understand that which option is going to create what kind of an impact on the infrastructure and ultimately on the backup job, and configure the options accordingly. Just because you have so many, tweaks, you shouldn't be using them at will. You should be very cognizant of what is the impact it's going to cause on that particular backup job. Now here you're just seeing one or two clients, one master server, one media agent server. But when you go to real world environments, uh, you know, it's going to be really, really huge. You will see hundreds of clients backing up to the same media agent, and hence each of these settings should be configured very carefully, understanding the limits of the infrastructure, understanding the limits of the software, and at the same time the end goal that the backup should complete within the stipulated backup window. Okay, so great. We have successfully completed this backup for this new machine as well. Now, let's see the impact on deduplication. So, can we see the job details and see how much was deduplicated, how much was compressed, and then we'll go and see in the DDB as well. And this first full job, it took some time, right? So Bhanu, double click on that job. Let's see some details. Right. So you see the total data that it read was 15 GB. But since we enabled compression on the client side, the amount of data it actually transferred on the network was only 4.74 GB. Okay. So about 40% compression. Then deduplication was approximately 40% for the overall data. Okay. Now let's go to the DDB. Yeah. So now you see total application size is 31 GB. So this Commvault machine, what we backed up yesterday, plus this new machine that we backed up. Okay. But what it has written to the disk is only about 13.39 GB. So total deduplication ratio achieved is close to 57.54%. Okay. Any questions on what we have learned till now?
No, sir, not yet.
How about others? Nilesh, Rakshit, Siddharth, Praveen, Kavya, Shanil.
I'm good. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Putting thumbs up is easy. I'm going to put you to real projects very soon. Okay. Then we will see. Okay. So we'll pause today and we will restart on Monday. Okay. Though it is a holiday, I will still take the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Take care, guys. Have a good night and a good weekend. See you on Monday.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Right, sir.